sauce, all the pie you can give me. Better be all or nothing, don't have me in the middle. You better be all you can, yeah, in the limit. Yeah, super fly for the Dumbos, plenty slides like a shuffle. Hit the cadence on my young Isaac Hayes, Billy Ocean, but the old with the cane stick. Let my slippers at the function. It's hard to run the Gucci slides. That bet you say you didn't never. I'm a step, no. Jackie Chan, no travel. Can't clean it with the beat. Dripping from the. No, not me. I can never be the one you want to stuff for. Money, that machine. The Ferragamo store. R.I.P. the times that I was broke. Acting like a 9/11 folks. Matte back, liquor clean. Dead presents in and I'm a local. Cooking up canard. Waiting for the antidote. Running out of time. Pictures thinner than a penny hoe.
I don't do that. But my Christmas.
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the New Orleans Saints. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And he'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here's McKinnon. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
6:37.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Now McKinnon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now a play fake. Carr. Caught. Right side. It's Lewis. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. Now a carry for P-Ryan. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Carr now on first down. And he's going to be out of bounds down to the 25. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? They run it with McKinnon. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
637. Down.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. On the crossing route, complete. That's Sanders. And down inside the 15 he goes. 13 yards down to the 13.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Toss play to McKinnon. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Hill on first down. He's got a man wide open. It's Macklin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Now Hill looking to throw on first. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. Out of the gun, Hill. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jeremy Maclin, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
Sometimes the coverage is so good. No matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Good.
To the air again. Hill. And that is incomplete. That one up.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well, but a little bit more difficult.
And defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Back deep is Micah Hyde. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Go, Chief. 734.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And he's brought down after a good gain.
Monday night. 637. 637. 29. 29. Go. Get set.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Here's Hill now after the interception. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. In his own end zone, it's Carr. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
McKinnon. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
Now Carr under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. But they face a second and long to start things out. From the gun, it's Carr. Dancing to his left. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Cameron Hayward in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
24. 734.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And they're going to get this one up past the 25. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
You're mine.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Hey, 734.
On second down, here's Carr. And he'll find QT on the right side complete. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well. Carl come up here with a 1st and 10, and he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive.
Down. You wide 8-8. White Monday, down.
On the toss, it's McKinnon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Shotgun now for Carr. Sanders has it over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Robert Foster, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. The fly route works for the TD ground.
And you know the receivers love to say, if we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Gordon. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On first down, it's Hill. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. On second. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now 21-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. A first update now out of Jacksonville. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Now Hill, fresh off the pick six. He's going to float this one deep right side. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Akeem Talib. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Levante David not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Saints on 3rd down. Can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Hey, 7:34. Go. Get set.
From the gun, Carr. And this is going to be incomplete. Trey Waynes, the Michigan State man, right there in coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Detroit!
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Eluding the pressure right. To the right side, and he's got Macklin. Complete. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. Here's Magoo looking to throw it. Looking left side. That's caught by Macklin. And he'll be out of bounds, getting it across the 25. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
It'll buy some time right. And some room to work. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Gone!
To throw is Magoo. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. The veteran Jeremy Macklin was the intended target, and it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Watch him now, Barney! Watch him now, Barney!
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. It's the Boise State alum, jerzeeguy62's. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Magoo back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Magoo. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Lucky 56. Over. Detroit.
Now Magoo. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Throwing here, Magoo. Going deep for Benjamin. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Troy Apke. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now McKinnon to start the drive. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Go Chief.
They run once more with McKinnon. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. Know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Carr going to throw, and he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down. Carr now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10.
White Monday down. 694.
On play action, it's Carr. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
734. 808. Now, go Chief.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
4.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Wilson snags it left side. And he'll go down at the 28. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jerick McKinnon with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Hopkins with the extra